Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks Best Country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks Sports Scene, brought to you by Colton's Steakhouse and Thompson Sales. Here's your host, Scott Purrier.
Welcome in to another edition of Around the Ozarks Sports Scene. I am Scott Purrier. As always, big thank you to you for tuning in this week as we talk local, regional, national sports, wherever we want to talk about here on ATO Sports Scene. And big thank you to our sponsors, Thompson Sales, Colton's Steakhouse. We're going to visit with Thomas Orr, the owner of Colton's, here later on in the podcast. And then we've got a new sponsor joining the show this week. We welcome in Deadeye Gun in Sparta. It's your home for all things guns, rifles, ammo. Go see them at Deadeye Gun, 7483 Main Street in Sparta. Special guest this week is the three-sport standout at Nixa High School. He's a junior. He was the quarterback on the Nixa football team that came up just short in the Class 6 state championship game. Adam McKnight threw 4 touchdown passes, also ran for a touchdown, accounted for 5 touchdowns in the loss, but tough finish again for the Eagles. And we welcome in Adam now to the podcast. Adam, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me on here.
You betcha. 2 years in a row, right down to the wire, 4th and 2 2 years ago as a sophomore, 4th and 1 this time. What were the emotions like coming off the field this time as compared to the year before?
I mean, both times hurt, but this time definitely hurt a lot more, knowing you were that close and you felt that feeling and you promised yourself you're never going to feel that feeling again. You're going to win it when it comes down to that, and not being able to get it done definitely crushed me. You know,
it comes down to that 4th and 1 play to keep the drive alive. You guys are around the 30-yard line, I believe, and a lot of, I guess, speculation from people about the spot and whether it was right or not. You jumped up after the run and tossed the football to the official like it was a no-brainer. You thought you'd had it, correct?
Yeah, I 100% thought I had the yard, and I felt the spot was a little iffy in my opinion, but it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, you got one more year to try to get back and get it the third time, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, well, and I think, you know, this year you took a big step forward as a quarterback, and your playoff performances down the stretch certainly showed that. 4 touchdowns on Saturday night at St. Joe, ran one in. It was very clear that Lee Summit, which won the game, was focusing in on keeping Jaden McCaster in check, and you took advantage of that. And that's what a quarterback does.
Yeah, they definitely keyed on our run game a lot because that's what we based our offense around, obviously, and that just opened up the passing lanes and let me sling the ball around a little bit.
You know, and you guys had success throwing the ball. I think there were some people who thought maybe we ought to throw a little bit more if we're Nixa there, you know, because they couldn't stop Randy Flint in particular in the passing game, and that was kind of the case all year. When Randy went deep, you found him, and I've said it. I don't think I've ever seen a kid in our area in my 40 years that throws a better deep ball than you do. And it's on the money. It's got loft on it where, you know, the guys can run right underneath and catch it. Is that a gift? Is that something that you've always been able to do or have just kind of mastered? Talk about the throwing the deep pass.
Yeah, I felt like when I started growing into my body, my deep ball just kept gradually getting better and better and better, and to the point where it is now. When I was younger, I mean, I didn't really focus on throwing deep balls as much because you don't throw those as much when you're in that age. But whenever I got to the high school level, I started to realize I can throw it pretty good, and it just kind of took off from there.
What were the big differences in Adam McKnight in your mind as a quarterback from sophomore year to junior year as a starter?
I felt like I definitely was able to read the defense a lot better, understood what I was looking for whenever I was back there. I could pick up defenses better, see blitzes better. I mean, I just feel like I matured when it came to the actual mind game of the quarterback position. My sophomore year, I was decent at it, but nowhere near as confident as I was this year. And I think that just came with like a year of experience and maturity at the position.
And Nixa, it was another weird season because your schedule was so front loaded with the other really top quality teams in the COC with Republic and Carthage and Webb and Joplin. But it seemed like later on in the year you were more into running it as well, picking up the yardage and kind of develop that bull mentality that I'm going forward and I'm going to get 5 or 6 or 10 and you're not going to stop me. Is that something that you felt more confident in late in the year?
Yeah, Coach Perry said that I was going to have to do that this year. He said we're going to try and save it to the playoffs, districts before we start running you, just because that is a risk factor for your quarterback running. But that's the part of the game I love. I love the contact, which that's not very normal for quarterbacks. Like Coach Perry sometimes wants me to go down, but I like to fight for those extra yards and do what I can for my team and get us in a good position.
So when you look back and 13-1 again this year, and you had that great senior class, Jackson Cantwell, all those linemen, what are you going to remember most about this journey this season?
I mean, I would definitely say the bond we had together. Our teammates were really close. I played up growing up. I played with a lot of those kids since I was in the first and second grade. So, I mean, it was kind of hard going into battle with them one last time, realizing it was kind of over. But at the end of the day, they'll still be around, so I get to see them and stuff still. So it's not too bad, but just got to keep working and see what we can do next year.
Talk about playing with Jackson Cantwell for 3 years, and all you guys got a front row seat to some of the biggest names in coaching coming through Nixa to try to recruit him. He eventually signed with University of Miami there, but you're going through the recruiting process yourself. Did you pick up some things that you can benefit from by watching Jackson and how he handled it?
Yeah, he was definitely really mature and spoke well whenever he was spoken to. He definitely knowing how to speak and like that now with all the social media, you got to be media trained. You can't just go out there and say certain things. But I think he definitely handled all that well, and he's very upfront. He's an upfront guy and leaves no room for misunderstanding.
Sure. What are you now? 6'4", 200? What are we listing you at?
Yeah, I'm around 6'4". I weighed in a couple of days ago around 208.
Okay. Is that, and of course now you're transitioning as you do every year into basketball mode. Been a 2-year starter on varsity for the Eagles and Coach Brock Blansett. And from a conditioning, from a size standpoint, 208, do you just roll right into basketball? I mean, you played Saturday night in St. Joe in the state football championship game, had your first basketball practice of Monday of this week. We're taping this on Tuesday night. Physically, what's the biggest transition for you? Do you need to drop some, or is that where you want to play?
Definitely the conditioning definitely takes a toll on my weight. I'll probably drop down to around I'll probably lose about 10 pounds whenever I'm in full basketball mode. But when it comes to baseball, I just put it right back on because, I mean, it's just not as demanding as basketball. Basketball, you go up and down a lot, so my weight probably drops below 200 some days. But yeah, it's just definitely different, the conditioning from going from football to basketball. The first couple of days definitely get you a little gassed.
How were you tugging at the jersey a little bit yesterday on that first practice or not?
Yesterday was definitely difficult, but today was a lot better though. So I got back into it a little bit.
And of course, as usual, you guys open up this Thursday down in Rogers, Arkansas in their 3-day tournament. The conditioning will come quickly because you play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, back to back to back. And not just you, but Randy Flint, Ty Kellis, I assume, back for back. How many football guys? The 3 of you, or?
Yes, the 3, and then we got a sophomore. His name's Eli Deal. He'll be playing a little varsity for us this year too.
Everybody picking it up pretty quick.
Yeah, yesterday was definitely the struggle bus day, but today we definitely looked a lot better. Knocking the rust off still, but definitely looked a lot better than yesterday.
The football recruiting process, I know things have picked up for you. You spent a lot of time over the summer visiting various camps, and and campuses and things. Kind of talk about that, where you are right now, what offers you have, and how the process has gone so far.
Right now, the offers I picked up is Pitt State and Missouri State, two great programs that are. Pitt State's always been the dominant in D2, and Missouri State's had a great year this year and had a great couple last couple years. Ryan Beer's doing a great job. I've been being with contact for football with Kansas, K-State, Arkansas a lot, Iowa State, but some of those coaches like move because they either get fired. Like Arkansas got fired, so everything just kind of changes. Yeah. Like connections change, and then Iowa State, Matt Campbell went to Penn State, obviously. So some of those connections changed. Recruiting process is definitely weird, but it's a fun thing to be a part of, and getting to go on visits and stuff is definitely a lot of fun.
Well, and it's just so different than it used to be. I mean, these coaches, not only do they move, the players move. The portal starts 1st of January, right after the first of the year. So they're shopping in there. What I've told kids that I know, that it's more patience is required now than ever before. The Jackson Cantwells are going to be different because, that they've got options and everybody's wanting him right then. But everybody else is going to have to wait and see what comes to the portal and maybe next summer, is when they start going, okay, we really got to get a quarterback in that 27 class or so. And is that, I'm sure what your dad has kind of told you too, is that, people get a hold of these tapes from the postseason and see those passes and see the numbers and sit down and study it. That's when it's going to start happening. Is that kind of your approach to it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my dad definitely preaches just being patient, that the time will come, what happens will happen. And just kind of keep putting my head down and keep working and make it to where, like it's a no-brainer, hopefully, for the program. Just keep working and be the best player I can be. I can only control what I can do. I can't control what other coaches do. So just keep practicing and keep sharpening my game.
Keep throwing deep, keep lofting those passes down there. What do you want to play at football-wise next year, weight-wise? I mean, what's a good weight for you as a senior?
I definitely want to be upwards of 210. I like being enough weight to where I can still hit people and I can still move. I don't want to be too heavy to where I can't move at an efficient pace. So just right above that 210 range would be awesome.
Do you miss defense?
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you last play defense?
My freshman year. Yeah.
And what'd you play over there?
Middle linebacker.
Yeah. And is that something that, do you ever bug Coach Perry about, hey, Coach, I'm 200 pounds. I really would like to hit somebody instead of get hit all the time.
Yeah, I did mention to it one time, and he said, we'll see you later down the road.
Yeah. That means Adam, go away. You're my quarterback. Get over there.
Yeah. Now you're just saying what I wanted to hear pretty much. Yeah.
The basketball side of things, of course, I remember you growing up playing a lot of high-level AAU basketball. That was kind of your thing in the area and playing up, as you said. And then, baseball, same thing. You played, at that level too. What do you think is your sport now in terms of college future? Is it football in your mind?
I would definitely say I'm striving to play college football. Yeah, college football or football is definitely my favorite sport, but I wouldn't mind playing baseball either. I still enjoy baseball a lot. And I think I'm going to wait, see all the options I can, just do what my heart really wants. But if I had to pick right now, I would definitely play college football.
College football. What is it about the football that kind of turns you that direction?
I just love the feeling. There's no other feeling like walking out there on Friday night. It just gives you like excitement and adrenaline that can't be matched in any other sport, in my opinion. And ever since I played my first tackle football game in 4th grade, it instantly became my favorite sport.
Awesome. And of course, those who don't know, Adam's dad, Tim McKnight, was a basketball standout back in his days at Rogersville playing for Gary McDaniel. Does Tim pull out the film and make you watch his highlights at all or not?
Oh, not too much, but he has had me meet Coach McDaniel before.
Yeah.
Yep, we've gone over there and talked with him, and they have a lot of stories. it's a lot of fun.
How much have you grown playing for John Perry? Kind of talk about his influence on you and turning to you at a very, your freshman year, you got on the varsity field with some kind of reverse runs as a receiver and things like that. But how much has he been a big part of your development?
Coach Perry's helped me in numerous ways, mainly with my mindset and how I approach things. He's definitely helped me understand the game more. He's helped me realize how important the weight room is when it comes to varsity football and college football. In that matter, the weight room is your best friend and recovering your body. And he's very big on controlling your mind. Like we have Wednesdays, we have a mindset coach pretty much that she comes in there and helps us keep a positive attitude and like a keep moving forward attitude instead of dwelling on things that we can't control or controlling if we get nervous or not. That she helps a lot with that. So he's definitely big on the mind aspect, which helps a lot in your game.
That's Angie Wiley, I think, isn't it? That it comes in.
And Miss Wiley, yep.
Yeah, how has she been a big help, you think, these last 2 years for your program?
Yeah, she's definitely moved us forward, and I think she's helped. She definitely helped me a lot last year, kind of help control my nervousness or like nervous if I'm good enough to play here. She gave us like tools and stuff to help us realize we belong here and how to control our mind, which is a big part in being a great athlete.
What's next year in football going to be like for you? I mean, you've had guys around you each year, Dylan Rivera last year and McCaster this year. And next year, of course, Jax Adams will be back with you in the backfield, but it's the Adam McKnight show. I mean, are you ready to take one more step forward with that and really kind of start slinging it more? And I guess that's your hope, isn't it, that you guys throw the ball more next year?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready for that challenge. And I think some people may be counting us out already, but I still think we'll have a really good team next year that will win a lot of ball games. People stepped up this year. We lost about 20. I think we lost like 15 starters last year, and we're losing 15 starters again this year, and we bounced back. So I think people will step up. Receivers, we have three to five really good receivers that will get some playing time, and obviously you have Jax Adams back there. He's a workhorse, man. He works hard, which is all you want. And I think we'll win a lot of ball games. Our defense is going to step up, and just like Coach Perry will get them right, just like he does every year.
Got to have some linemen step up, don't you? You lose some
we're losing 3 really good linemen. So, but that's part of the game. Those young bucks are going to step up, and they're going to do their job. They're ready for it.
Who's faster, you or Jax Adams?
Oh, Jax. Jax is a speed. He's a speed demon.
Yeah, and you think you can hit him out of the backfield a little bit like you did McCaster, and he'll kind of slide right in there, won't he?
Yeah, he hits the hole hard and with no fear.
Yeah. Well, basketball, what you did with Blancy your freshman year, you drew a lot of attention, average double figures. I think double-double, didn't you? Points and rebounds.
Yeah, I believe so.
As a freshman. And last year you were no surprise. I mean, teams kind of geared their defense to maybe try to take Adam McKnight away and 6'4", you're not 6'8", and that makes it a challenge for you. What are some of the goals for you this winter in basketball? What do you want to accomplish?
I definitely just want to, for a team goal, I want to win districts. I want to go on another little playoff run like we did last year. I think we have a really good team coming up this year. Again, you got Colt McCoy. He's going to step up big in the post and help me out. We'll have a really good rebounding team. Ty Kellis, Randy Flint. They can all jump up there and get boards. And we have some pretty good shooters. Randy, Ty, and Owen Seitz. He'll be a good shooter for us. And I think we'll have a great team.
Are you ready for the hack-a-mack thing that they pull on you again all winter?
I'm ready for it. I'm a hopefully step up, make more free throws than I have been. But yeah.
Do you take a lot of grief for that from your friends and stuff, or
yeah, for sure. I mean, anytime you're losing an argument, they'll bring that one up, and you just have to go, all right,
Well, you just go out this year and make 90% and shut them up, right?
Yeah, that's the goal for sure.
Absolutely. And then baseball in the spring, playing for Coach Logan Hughes. I know last year Were you a little bit on the fence at the start of the whether you were going to play or not, and then came out and I think you hit what 8 or 10 homers? What'd you hit for the year?
I think I hit. I don't really remember. What really sticks out to me last year is just that district championship loss that we had. That kind of stung really bad. We should have won that game, but I was on the fence a little bit. But once I got out there with the guys, Coach Hughes is great. He makes the game fun, and that's what kind of really sold me is Coach Hughes and playing out there with my friends. That's the part of baseball I love.
Do you pitch any or not?
I used to, but my arm does something weird. It starts getting sore and hurt, and I just don't want to like ruin it for football, so I don't pitch much no more.
So are you corner outfielder, or where do you see yourself hopefully in the spring?
Coach Hughes talked a lot of positions. Anywhere, I think he talked about center, first base a little bit. I played first base. I played first base growing up all the way until we had a kid you mentioned already, Jackson Cantwell, join our team. Yeah. So he took over that position when we were around 10 years old. But yeah, I mean, I think Coach Hughes doesn't really have a set position for me yet, just wherever I can fit in and do the best.
You mentioned the football recruiting in Missouri State and Pitt State. I saw you at a Missouri State game, and you're pretty excited about the Bears and the way they were playing. It seems like these Bears really like Ryan Beard. Have you had a chance to get to know him at all, and what are your thoughts?
Absolutely. Every time I've talked to Coach Ryan Beard, he's welcomed me in and treated me like just a regular person, and that's what I love from Coach Beard. He doesn't treat you just like a recruit. He treats you like you're part of the team already. He welcomes you in, which is awesome. And I met him for the first time. He offered me over the phone, and I met him at Fuji's, a little Japanese steakhouse restaurant, about 2 days after he offered me for the first time. It was his birthday. So we met him at Fuji's, and he met my family, which is pretty awesome.
So, Mom spent a lot of time in athletics too. Your mom, Karen. What's the ride home like with Tim and Karen? Is one of them more fun ride home with than the other, or not? After a game,
if we win, they're both awesome to ride home with. Me and my dad, we're very competitive people. I love my dad to death. Sometimes after losses, he has an opinion, but he was my first ever coach, and he coached me all the way up until I was in like 4th or 5th grade. And I listen to everything he says. Everything he says tends to be right, at least when I was younger. So,
well, and I always you could tell he played for Gary Mack because, in basketball, when you go down, there's one voice in the crowd that may be saying, "Get up, you're okay," right?
Yeah, he definitely does not like watch me. He says, "You better get up unless your bone's sticking out or you're bleeding out." So
that would be a guy who played for Gary McDaniel right there. So
yeah.
What would be the ultimate dream for Adam McKnight after high school's over? Playing what and playing where?
The ultimate dream is to play. I'd definitely say play college football in front of a lot of fans and go win. I want to go win big games. I want to make the college football playoffs. I mean, I think that'd be awesome. Go compete for a national title and just make wherever I end up, make the community proud. I don't really have a set place. I definitely want to stay within 8 hours. I want to be relatively close to home, but I just want to go make the community proud I play for and go win games.
Do you have a major in mind or a career in mind, what you want to do yet or not?
There's a couple things. I mean, I think I want to major in just something pretty simpler like business or something. I don't quite know what I want to do, but I maybe get a job and just work up after college until I get to a pretty high paying job. I don't really have anything set yet though.
Well, you're 17. You don't have to know yet,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can figure that part out. So is there ever a time where you're not going sport to sport in your mind? I mean, could you ever actually sit out one of the high school sports?
I don't think I've sat out since I've gotten high school. No, I think I've gone all year round since I got into Nixa High School.
You wouldn't know what to do, would you, if you were had an off season?
No, it'd be pretty weird going straight home after school is something I've never done.
Yeah. Well, Adam, appreciate your time. Congratulations on a great year, another great run with the Eagles, and go back and try it again next season.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
You bet. Adam McKnight, the junior quarterback for the Nixa Eagles, again, standout in just about whatever he plays. Basketball, he was an all COC performer as a freshman, averaging a double-double in points and rebounds. And you've seen the football the last couple of years as a starting quarterback, and then that transitions into baseball in the spring. And if there's a kid that can pull off playing 2 college sports, he seems to be the one that can be able to do it. Again, wanted to mention our great sponsors, Colton Steakhouse, Thompson Sales, and our newest sponsor. We got Deadeye Gun in Sparta. Thank them for coming on. But I want to take time to visit with one of our buddies, one of our favorites. He is the owner, proprietor of Colton Steakhouse in Springfield. They're at 2020 East Independence, Mr. Thomas Orr. Thomas, thanks for your sponsorship, and thanks for joining me.
Kind of works out well. We're right next to Thompson. So like you said, you can go buy a car or think about buying a car and walk over and grab a bite to eat while you're thinking that over, and then go buy your car after you're done. So
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I did it in reverse. I just got a new vehicle from them about 2 weeks ago and came and celebrated at your place afterward.
There you go. We'll take that too.
I'm really disappointed because, you and I have known each other for years, and I have a go-to there that has yet to be named the Purrier salad on there. But
well, once you win our fantasy league, I'll name something after you. How's that?
Well, I knew that was coming, and my son said no fantasy league talk was allowed on that today, fantasy football. But no, that salad, and I can't even think. What's the official name of it?
It's the blackened chicken salad. So
yeah, because you guys blacken chicken, and I'm sure you do it with burgers and steaks, whatever.
Yep.
Better than anybody I've ever tasted. I don't know if it's your chef has that special touch or what, but that seasoning on that chicken is awesome.
He gave you that Purrier seasoning that day, so
exactly. Well, and tell us about Colton Steakhouse. How long you've been with the business? How long you've had it here in Springfield, and how you got into it?
Yeah, so actually, I was going to school here in Springfield and actually got a job. Ironically enough, I worked with Texas Roadhouse in Tennessee, where I grew up. Moved to Springfield. That was before they had one in town. So somebody's like, hey, that's pretty similar. So I ended up getting a job serving tables through college there at Colton. So that was 2003. So as you can tell now, I'm pretty old. Been there a long time. So we've got a great staff there. We've got, tons and tons of people who have worked there for a long time. I mean, what you can expect whenever you come in is people who care about your experience, while everything may not be exactly perfect every time, because we are humans. We do care to make it right with you. We want to execute 100% of the time, and we've got a great staff that does that. Makes my job tons and tons easier, just for the simple fact of all the experience we have within our restaurant and the people who have worked with us for a really long time. So,
of course, one of the things people love at Colton's is they come in, they have their option to get a bucket of peanuts, and then here come the hot rolls with the butter. I mean, are those Colton staples nationwide? I mean, that's just something people expect when they go to any Colton's.
Absolutely. It's a staple nationwide. We actually had a table the other day, which she was kind of joking with me, but she walked in and we asked, hey, would you like peanuts today? And she's like, well, that's the only reason I'm here is for the peanuts and the rolls. So hopefully she was joking. Hopefully we have some good food to go along with it as well too. But yeah, people really do look forward to that process of getting in, cracking open a peanut and eating those, and then grabbing some rolls afterwards as well too. So
I talk about on here each week the Montana burger, which I've had a couple times. And I remember the first time I had it was 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was actually one of the fantasy football drafts, which you guys are kind of a hotbed for those with your big tables in there and the great food. Yeah. But that Montana burger, it's just so juicy.
Yeah.
And I mean, you go to places now and it's all about what they're putting on top of the burger and all that. And that's pretty common at every place. But you bite into that Montana burger, and any burger at Colton's, it's just different. Why is that?
So essentially, we cut all of our steaks in house. So it all begins with that. So any sirloin, like we don't, it's not pre-trimmed, it's not pre anything. It comes in a whole lot. We got to split it. We got to split it apart and trim it up. And with that, we do have a little extra meat that, maybe we cut a steak a little bit too heavy. Maybe it's a part that wouldn't work well as a steak, and we actually grind that up in the restaurant. So not only are you getting a sirloin burger, you're also getting pieces of filet in there, or tenderloin, and you're also getting ribeye mixed in there as well too. So we actually take all that meat, put it in a tub, run it through a grinder twice, and then we patty it up and then cook it on the grill. So in my eyes, that makes it much better than what you're getting out of a tube. A lot of people say, oh, that bright red tube stuff, which is a lot of that stuff is filled with some things that we may not want in our body. But what we have is actually real ribeye, real sirloin, real tenderloin, ground up, pattied up, and thrown on a grill at that point. So
It's awesome. I know that. And I know you guys did pretty good business with catering for local businesses, for parties, things like that. Talk about that a little bit.
yeah. So anything you need, really, we try our best to accommodate, and we do things at a reasonable price. We're not there to, a lot of times when people think catering, they're thinking, oh, they're gonna charge us, $40 a head or this and that. We do everything as reasonable as we can. So we've got a lot of, medical reps that order from us throughout the week. We also do weddings and stuff like that in the summer. And anything, for your office, for events. I know your son does a little bit of stuff with in the banking world, and I've ran into him several times at some events doing that as well too. So
Sure. Do you guys do Christmas parties? If somebody big or small, they need catering. Can you handle that?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I know the Thompsons are big fans of Colton's too. That's good to have two of my sponsors that love each other's services there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I buy cars there as well too. So
There you go. Well, and before we let you go, I know that you live the life as a longtime Dallas Cowboys fan. You are a season ticket holder. The what is it? The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat that you experienced from going from the win over the Chiefs on Thanksgiving Day to
yeah.
the Detroit Lions game shortly after, right?
Well, I enjoyed 4 days because I was actually at the Eagles game. My wife would not let me go to the Kansas City game because it was on Thanksgiving, but I was actually at the Eagles game down 21-0. Ended up coming back, and the only time we actually led in that game was when the clock hit 000. So it was a pretty cool game to be at. And obviously, 4 days later, beating the Chiefs at home on Thanksgiving Day was a big game for us as well too. I don't really want to talk about the Lions game too much. We can kind of skip over that one.
Yeah. Do the Cowboys still have a chance, you think? Are they just hanging in there?
There's a lot of scenarios that could get them in. Obviously, the first thing we have to do is we have to win all of our games as a team, and that's going to be a tough road. We've got a decently easy schedule. We've got the Chargers coming up. We've got the Vikings coming up. We've got the Commanders coming up. And I'm skipping one other game. I'm a terrible fan, but a lot of the games are winnable. But it seems like the NFC, man, the teams just aren't losing. The Bears are hanging in there. I kind of suspected them to lose to the Eagles on, Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving. They're hanging in there, looking like a decent defense. I also expected, the NFC North to kind of beat up on each other a little bit, but the Lions are kind of on the downside of that right now, but the Packers are playing well. So you got the Packers, you got the Bears, you got the Lions all hanging in there. And then on the other side, you got the Rams, you got the Seahawks, and even the 49ers after they lost Fred Warner. I am super surprised at what they've done this year without Warner. And also, they lost Bosa, I believe, the week or two before that, and then lost Warner, which I thought when Warner went out, I was like, man, this team is cooked. But
Yeah,
they
they're
have
hanging right in there.
absolutely they've
Yeah.
held it there, and they're, I believe, 9-4 right now, which is kind of crazy. Not good for a Cowboy fan because we're just trying to sneak in there. But I am really used to picking in that 16 to 23 slot. Unfortunately, I kind of would hope that they would either lose bad or win it all. I'm tired of this. Hey, you're going to be picking at 22 this year. You're going to be picking at 19 this year, but I'm rooting for them to make the playoffs and see if they can go on a run. With our offenses playing pretty well for the most part. We've had a game or two where we haven't played well, but our defense is just about as bad as you can be, unfortunately.
Well, and I guess we could say Jerry World is actually that pick of draft pick range, from 15 to 25 is Jerry World there. But
Yeah, it's terrible. I
yeah.
don't like being there. I would rather be at 32, but if not 32, I'd rather be in the top 5 and
there you go.
Kind of rebuild our roster a little bit as well too. But
so if we before we let you go, if somebody hasn't visited Colton's yet, what is Thomas Orr's recommended steak and 2 sides for first timers?
Man, I am a bargain hunter. And honestly, I go with the sirloin a lot of times. I do eat ribeyes here and there, and I'll eat a filet here and there. Everything here and there. But honestly, for the quality of the meat and for the price, I'll go with a 10-ounce sirloin 8 times out of 10. And a lot of people won't say that, but our sirloins are really juicy. They're really tender. They're really good. And I'm not a huge fat fan on my steak. I like a little bit, so I'll usually get the sirloin that has a fat cap on it to kind of give me some of that marbling flavor. But that's pretty much what I go to. I go for a sirloin, and I am in love with the fried okra as well too. So I am a Tennessee boy, so I do like my southern food. So I'll go with the fried okra, corn on the cob as my sides as well too. So
I'm a Colton's loaded baked potato guy.
You can't go wrong with that either. I do that. I do the baked potato a lot too, and a lot of people love our sweet potatoes as well. So
yeah. Well, Thomas, thanks for your time. Thanks for being a sponsor, and we'll do this from time to time and get caught up on any new menu items and what's going on at Colton's. Okay.
All right. Sounds great. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you, Thomas. Thomas Orr of Colton Steakhouse, again, one of our great sponsors, back to 3 now in the sponsorships. Colton's located just down the street from Thompson Sales, which is at 1555 East Independence in South Springfield. Thompson boys have been in business since 1919, and Thompson Sales is your home for the largest selection of Cadillac, Buick, and GMC cars and trucks, new and used, and a great service department to take care of your vehicle from start to finish. As I told Thomas, I just picked up a new one from him here a couple weeks ago. And just like back in the early 80s when I went in there and the late George Thompson and Lynn Thompson took care of me, Miles, Tyler, and all the boys there now certainly keep that tradition going of treating you like family, and much appreciated. Also, big thank you, as we mentioned, to Thomas and Colton Steakhouse there at 2020 East Independence. And then our latest sponsor, Deadeye Gun in Sparta. They are at 7483 Main Street in Sparta. You can check out their showroom there. They've got great gift ideas from handguns to rifles, ammo, magazines, knives, archery equipment, and supplies, all at Deadeye Gun, 7483 Main Street in Sparta. We'll visit with them here in an upcoming episode to tell you more about them. So that's going to do it for this week's edition of Around the Ozark Sports Scene. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.